Welcome to the Long Road with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And what are we doing today?
We are participating in a collab that was created by Sensible Living with Money Mom, that's Dawn. And we were just so excited that she started the collab and we asked to be a part of it.
Sure.
And she was like, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this collab is about what to do if you can't pay your bills. So, and it's also, a whole bunch of other creators on YouTube are a part of this, and we will link them down in the description because it's a fairly long list. We're not going to name each one of them, but be sure to go check them out as soon as you finish watching this one.
Right.
Okay. So, I'll just start with what our normal channel is about is having a healthy life on a budget, and we talk about food a lot and about how to make it healthy. But when you're having trouble paying your bills, one of the best ways to relieve your budget a little bit is in your groceries. So we're going to tell you what we went through, what we were doing when we actually went through this. So you want to tell them a little back history?
Yeah, I was had a job making pretty good money, and then one day I just walked into the office and didn't have my job anymore, and so we had just started using YNAB, so we were kind of ahead on our finances a little bit, but I was as of that, I had 3 months. They gave me 3 months of severance pay. But other than
and we
that,
were 1 month ahead on our bills.
we're one month ahead of more bills. So we had about 4 months that we could really play with, and we really didn't know what we were going to do after that.
It took him 6 months to get a full-time job again, and even then, when he got his full-time job, he was not making anywhere near what he had been making before.
Yep.
I was working, but it still wasn't enough to cover mortgage, utilities, and things like that.
Yep.
So we were definitely in a situation where we knew we had to make some drastic cuts to every area of our lives, and one of them was our groceries.
Yep.
And so what we did after I did some researching was I found a website, and we will link that website down in the description. It still exists exactly like it did 8 years ago is when this happened. It exists just like that. It's from Living Rich with Coupons, and I think the name of her article was 20 meals for less than $120. Of course that was 8 years ago, but I think it's probably fairly still accurate. It's all, so what we did was we took that on that website. Was really cool is you're able to go through, pick the meals that you think you would like to eat, click a button, and then it will generate the ingredient list for you so that you know what to buy. Yep. For all of it all at once. So it's a really good website for what we're going to suggest, which is, so we bought that. They're all freezer meals. We printed off a 1 month calendar, and we put those meals into that 1 month calendar, and we food prepped it all at the beginning of the month. We put our meals in the freezer. We took them out on the day that we needed them. We had leftovers from every other day, but it decreased our grocery budget an enormous amount. So that is a great starting point if you've never meal planned, if you are trying to cut your budget way down. This website is a good starting point. Wouldn't you agree?
I would definitely agree with that. I think what it taught us during that time was that we found out what was really important to us, and I think that's the thing that we've carried on in the 8 years since, is that we've not gone back to that type of lifestyle where we were living above our means or living, even anywhere close to our means.
Yeah.
And we found out what was really important to us, and we stuck with it.
Yeah. I can't say exactly how much we were spending on groceries before he lost his job. We think it was somewhere around $800 a month, but that's how bad we were doing with our grocery budget, is we didn't really know. We thought we were meal planning. We would just write down some meal and be like, okay, here's the ingredients you need for that meal, but we would not plan it out, and we wouldn't stick to what we had done, and then we would end up going out to eat or something like that. So, but I think it was probably somewhere around $800, not counting eating out. Yep. So it did make us realize, how much we were spending on groceries, and that there was a better way.
Right.
So meal planning is a great thing, and using that website is a great starting point. And a great way to reduce that budget, because like I said, we think it was somewhere around 800 and we ended up more around the 300 to 400, I think. So we cut off more than 50% of our grocery budget by doing that. Now, we will tell you that some of the recipes use canned, jarred, processed foods, and there is a way to get around that and still use those recipes. And you can check out our recipe playlist. We have seasoning blends on there. We have a baked chicken recipe, and at the very beginning of that recipe, we show you how to make cream of chicken soup so that you don't have to buy the canned. If you Google, there's tons of other things. Like there's one of those recipes called for a jarred chicken gravy. And if you check out, like, just Google that, go to Pinterest, you'll find a recipe for that, and you'll find out it's actually only about 3 or 4 ingredients, and most of it's like chicken broth.
Yep.
So it's really not that expensive to make some of those things, and you're cutting down the sodium and the processed ingredients in your diet. So that's a way to take that meal plan and make it a little bit healthier too, and possibly even cut your budget down even more than what she has listed. So like I said, check out our recipe playlist, especially the shorts videos that are there. We have tons of seasoning blends and stuff in there that is really quick, easy, and a lot cheaper than buying a package of it. Like, don't feel like you have to buy the package of taco seasoning. I have a recipe on there for you for that. You probably have a lot of the spices already in your cabinet.
Yep.
So that's just another tip. So that is basically what we wanted to talk about. We do have a few other things that we just wanted to throw out there just to encourage you on the journey that you're on, and understand that we know where you are coming from. We've been there. So
yep. And so don't think it's a step down to if you have to take government assistance during this time. That's what it's there for, is to help you when you're in need, and then when you're not in need, you don't need it anymore, and so you can get off of it. We did that during our time. We got some help with our house payments, and
our situation was we were in an at-will state, which meant at-will employment, which means that you can be fired for no reason. And because of the fact that he was working for a nonprofit, it meant he was actually not eligible for any type of unemployment.
Correct.
So what we did find, and I don't know that your state has this, but it's worth it to look and see, we received some government assistance to pay our mortgage.
Right.
And just getting our mortgage help was
we used that for a few months, probably about 9 or 10 months, and then we used up all the funds in that. But by that time, we were back on our feet and could take on that house payment again, and so we used it for a while, and then when we didn't need it anymore, we didn't use it, and that's what it's there for. And so use that if you need to. Don't feel ashamed and don't feel bad. Use it. That's what it's there for.
Yep.
And then the second thing?
Our motto on our channel is,
give yourself a little grace.
That's right. It's a long run. Give yourself a little grace. You'll hear us say that at the end of each and every one of our videos. And the reason why is because if you're going through a financial situation, it's really easy to beat yourself up for the fact that you let yourself get there. But it's something that will only hinder your journey if you're constantly thinking about what you could have done different or what you should have done different. So don't beat yourself up. Accept that you made a mistake. If you made a mistake, do whatever you have to do to reconcile that in your mind and let it go. It doesn't help to hold on to it.
Right. So thanks again to Dawn for inviting us to the collab, Sensible Living with Money Mom. Is that right? Yeah, I get that right. All right.
If you came from one of the other channels, be sure to tell us down in the comments so that we'll know that you came from their channel, and know that we appreciate you very much for coming over here.
Yep. And if you go to one of the other channels from here, then tell them you came there from here. And let them know that's how you got there and how you found out about the collab.
That's right. And if you haven't joined our little family yet, Here's your chance. There's a little button down there.
Yeah, like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell for updates from us. We upload videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And sometimes on the weekends we go out and do some, theme park hopping here in the Orlando area.
It's fun on a budget series. We give you tips. We give you tips for what to do when you go out and have some fun.
So don't forget to do that. Like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell when we post new videos, and comment below. Let us know how you're doing in your finances, and maybe some tips that you can use to be frugal during the times when you need it the most.
That's right.
All right. Join us again next time when we post a new video. And for the long run with Joel and Christy, I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And don't forget, it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.